29,032 feet above sea level, lies a place beyond imagination. A land where the air is razor thin, the winds scream like ancient spirits, and the temperature can freeze life in seconds. This is the roof of the world, Mount Everest, a mountain that represents both glory and death. Every year, hundreds of climbers attempt to reach its summit. They come from every corner of the world, dreamers, adventurers, and thrill seekers. Some return as heroes, others never return at all. Their frozen bodies remain where they fell, silent markers on the path to heaven. Because on Everest, death is not rare, it's part of the journey. But behind every frozen body, there's a name, a dream, and a story that deserves to be heard. Daniel Patterson, a young climber from New Zealand. To Daniel, Everest wasn't just a mountain, it was destiny. He spent years training, preparing, and saving every penny just to make the climb. When he finally arrived, he was full of hope, full of courage. But Everest does not care about courage. It tests every soul that dares to challenge it. In 2006, Daniel was caught in one of the deadliest storms in recent memory. The winds roared at 100 miles per hour. Visibility dropped to nothing. He radioed his team one last time and said softly, "It's okay, I just wanted to see it once." Those were his final words. When the storm cleared, Daniel was gone. Only faint footprints in the snow remained, a haunting reminder of how quickly dreams can vanish on the roof of the world. Then there was Tomas Olson, a Swedish alpinist known for his discipline and quiet determination. Tomas wasn't climbing for fame. He was climbing to prove something to himself, that the human spirit could overcome nature's cruelest limits. He chose to climb without bottled oxygen, a near impossible feat. At 8,000 meters, every breath feels like drowning. Your body begins to shut down. Your brain loses clarity. Your heart struggles to beat. That's why this zone is called the death zone. Tomas reached the upper ridges. Witnesses saw him strong, steady, calm. But somewhere between the summit and the descent, tragedy struck. A rope slipped, a step missed, and Tomas fell into the endless white below. His body was never recovered. Even today, his story drifts through the mountain winds, a tale of determination swallowed by the cold silence of Everest. But Everest's story isn't just written by those who came from far away. Some were born in its shadow, men who knew every path, every prayer flag, every whisper of the wind. Babu Chhiri Sherpa was one of them. Born in the Solakhumbu region of Nepal, Babu grew up staring at the mighty peak. To him, Everest wasn't just a mountain, it was a sacred guardian. He climbed it 10 times, guiding countless others to the summit safely. But it was his 11th climb that made him a legend. Babu did what no one else had ever done. He spent 21 hours on the summit of Everest without oxygen. He watched the sun rise and set from the roof of the world. No human has repeated that record. He said later, "I wasn't trying to break records. I just wanted to feel close to the mountain." But in 2001, near base camp, Babu slipped and fell into a crevasse. The man who lived for the mountain was taken by it. Locals still say that when the wind rushes through the Khumbu icefall, you can hear Babu's voice whispering prayers through the snow. And then came Ueli Steck, the Swiss machine. He was unlike anyone else. He didn't just climb mountains, he conquered time itself. Known for his speed and precision, Ueli could ascend walls that took others days in hours. He was called fearless, unstoppable, almost superhuman. But even legends fall. In 2017, while training for Everest's west face, Ueli slipped from the slopes of Nuptse. It was a clear day, with no storm, no warning. he fell thousands of feet to his death. The world of mountaineering mourned the loss of a man who had pushed the limits of what was humanly possible. Even for the greatest climbers, Everest remains the final judge. Every climber who sets foot on Everest knows the risk. They've seen what lies ahead, the frozen body sitting beside the trail, the haunting figure known as Green Boots, and the tragic sight of Sleeping Beauty, still resting near the summit, untouched by time. They know that one wrong step, one small mistake, one gust of wind can be the difference between life and eternity. And yet, they climb. Why? Why do humans risk everything for a mountain that has taken so much? Maybe it's because Everest represents something deeper, something that lives within all of us. The desire to rise above our limits, to conquer fear, to touch the impossible, to stand, even for a moment, at the top of the world and feel infinite. Some say climbers chase glory, others say they chase death. But maybe they're chasing peace. A kind of peace only found when you face the edge of life itself. Over 300 climbers have died on Everest. Most of their bodies remain on the mountain, preserved by ice and time. They have become part of the landscape, silent, eternal, unmoving. Every climber who passes them knows that fate could be their own. And yet, every year more arrive, more dreams, more sacrifices, because Everest doesn't call to the body, it calls to the soul. And once you hear that call, it never leaves you. Everest isn't just a mountain, it's a mirror. It shows us how fragile we are and how determined we can be. It strips away pride, power, and illusion, and leaves only the truth of what we are, tiny, mortal, and desperate to reach something greater than ourselves. No one conquers Everest. You only borrow the summit before the mountain takes it back. This is the Silent Peaks, where stories of courage, loss, and legend echo through the mountains. Subscribe and keep listening, because some voices are never truly silent.